My name is Rhea Mukherjee. I'm a junior double majoring in political science and computer science, and today I'm going to talk to you about government surveillance and the tension between civil liberties and national security. While there is no legal definition of government surveillance in US law, IBISCO research databases refers to it as the monitoring of individuals or groups by government agencies, often justified by national security concerns. There are no specific legal departments that must be conducting government surveillance, but the main agencies are the NSA, the FBI, and the CIA. There are a variety of surveillance methods that can occur, mainly being social media monitoring or wiretapping, to name a few, but these methods are still subject to the Constitution. For example, the Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, requiring warrants based on probable cause, so surveillance must still follow the Fourth Amendment. Let's go over a little bit about how surveillance operates under the three branches. Starting with the legislative branch, Congress has passed key laws such as the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, also known as FISA, and the Patriot Act, which have both established frameworks for foreign intelligence collection. In the executive branch, programs such as PRISM under President Obama and Immigration OS under President Trump show how surveillance tools are being implemented. Lastly, the judicial branch defines the legal limits and scope of government surveillance in Supreme Court cases such as Carpenter v. United States and FBI v. Fazaga. Today, I want to delve a little bit deeper into the executive branch. Let's start with President Obama. If you recall, in 2013, Edward Snowden leaked classified documents pertaining to government surveillance at the NSA. One of these programs was PRISM. PRISM is a US surveillance program that allowed the NSA to collect data directly from servers of major tech companies like Google or Facebook. They had access to emails, videos, photos, just to name a few. While the program targeted foreign individuals, communications can be cross borders, so sometimes Americans' data was incidentally collected, creating a lot of privacy concerns. Additionally, the NSA conducted bulk collection of phone metadata of millions of Verizon customers. Now, Director of National Intelligence James Clapper stated that this program was okay as a national security measure to detect patterns in terrorist networks. However, this still raised a lot of privacy concerns around Americans thinking that the NSA is listening to their calls. President Obama addressed this program in a speech in 2014, and here's the quote.
In sum, the program does not involve the NSA examining the phone records of ordinary Americans. Rather, it consolidates these records into a database that the government can query if it has a specific lead.
Now let's move on to President Trump, specifically in his second term. One of President Trump's main campaign talking points has been the mass deportation of illegal immigrants, and the Immigration OS program would enable him to do that. This program is currently still being developed. It's actually in contract with Palantir, a software company founded by Peter Thiel, and it is designed to give ICE visibility to people who self-deport in real time, as well as the prioritization of who to deport. It aims to collect biographic and biometric data, meaning that ICE might be able to track anyone in real time. This creates a lot of privacy concerns among anyone in the United States, whether they're illegal or legal. ICE also hopes to use additional surveillance technologies, such as the Mobile Fortify app, which is a facial recognition app that queries against CBP databases, as well as contracting with a spyware company that creates software that can hack into people's phones. While ICE tends to usually just target illegal immigrants, we've also seen under this administration that they've been targeting people here legally in the United States as well. This is Badr Khan Suri, a Georgetown professor who was arrested by ICE recounting his experience because the DHS said that he actively spread Hamas propaganda.
He said, "Are you Badr?" I was shocked. I mean, this guy who was driving so badly, how he knows my name? He was masked. It was not really any kind of uniform, no badges, nothing. He looked like a proper militia guy.
Now that we see that it's apparent that both Democratic and Republican administrations have had problematic government surveillance programs, we need to see how this is concerning to privacy rights and civil liberties. I have several questions on the screen that I want you to think about right now and following this presentation. No one wants terrorism to occur in the United States and abroad, but is it possible to collect enough information to prevent an attack if we don't have invasive government programs like some of these? There's no right or wrong answer, and this issue is actively being debated by experts and lawmakers. While this may seem like a large-scale issue, just remember that ultimately you are the American voter, and you have the power to influence how the next president or Congress reacts to balancing national security and civil liberties. Thank you.